have been told that Mexico City has the second most number of museums in the entire world.
Good afternoon, amigos, from Mexico City. We're standing from the front of the Palacio de Bellas Artes, which has made a debut in like a lot of our recent videos. We tried to come here the other day. It was free on Sundays, and the line was like way out to the Sears building across the street here. So we're gonna try it again today. So if you want to see two gringos culture themselves in Mexico, consider subscribing. Now let's go see some Van Gogh.
Let's go. We made it inside the Palacio and we got our tickets. It's 60 pesos per ticket. I think unless you're over 60 or under 13, which I might still pass for the child age, but we didn't try it. And then 30 pesos to make this video for you guys.
Yes, that's when we have.
It's worth it.
That's when we have Patreon.
Yes.
Now, I don't know the answer to this question either, but do you know who Van Gogh is?
Yeah, Vincent.
Now, I'm poking fun at Loeta, but that's honestly about all I know as well. Starry Night, I think he cut his own ears off, maybe?
What?
I think so. I could be making this up. Comment below if I'm completely wrong. Like I said, usually our videos, we learn from you, not the other way around.
Let's go check it out.
Okay.
So we're inside the exhibit, and right now they have the full exhibit is on cochinilla, which from what I understand is something that grows on a cactus, and it was used later for like textiles and as a dye to paint things. So I think a lot of the artwork in here may be European, but some of it may be influenced by this type of dye.
We think.
Is that what we're gathering?
I think that's what we're gathering and trying to convey to you as well.
Let's keep pushing on. They had an entire section on the cochinilla, which sounds like a bad word. I would call Greg. They had a whole section on that, literally, and then it's been cool because throughout the rest of the museum, they've just sort of used that like symbolically, but the actual pigment was only used for the very wealthy. So it was a status of wealth to get this pigment or dye on clothing or artwork or things like that, because it was so expensive, because it's just a teeny tiny parasite that produced the pigment.
Now, have we learned anything else about Van Gogh?
I think so. I'm about to go check it out.
We have learned a little bit about Van Gogh, or at least I tried to before we came. Like a lot of artists, period, he wasn't famous until after he committed suicide. After he died is when he became famous. So he's kind of like the stereotypical, if you will, like struggling artist, or like the romantic vision of an artist, if you will. His work wasn't appreciated when he was alive whatsoever. And I mentioned earlier he cut off part of his ear. I think he cut off part of his left ear. He suffered from psychotic episodes, so it sounded like he had a pretty interesting life. Let's go check out the painting. Okay, we have made it upstairs. We have left the museum. That part was actually pretty small, but it was probably just the right amount considering our limited amount of knowledge around art. Now we are upstairs. This room is full of murals, some of which, maybe if not all, seem to be by the same painter that has the famous mural in Guadalajara, Clemente.
So Greg was wrong, but kind of close. There's one mural by Clemente. I think there might be one from Diego Rivera too. So, although
how'd you find all this information out?
Brain power.
Here it is, right here. To the left, the mural we're about to show you is by David Alfaro Siqueiros. Did I say that right, you think? And then we're gonna work our way this way. So I know Clemente and Rivera. I'm adding words in there. I know him personally, good friends. Now, after seeing exactly one Diego Rivera mural in my life, this one is quintessential Rivera. Sometimes I think I'm creative with our videos and like just little silly things I do with editing, I suppose. And I feel like I'm the most creative person in the world.
Oh my gosh.
And then,
you do?
And then, oh, it doesn't help they feed my ego in the comment section. Well, mostly your ego,
stop
honestly. But looking at this Rivera work and all these other works around me, I mean, I don't want to like disparage their careers, but like, you've got to be on drugs to come up with something like this, right? Or just be a genius, or both.
Let's do a DIY at home painting.
Okay, we'll see if we can do that episode. Maybe in Spanish. We have some more Rivera behind me here. And I had this really cool idea to take out like a 500 peso note with Rivera on one side of it and show that and go into the Rivera on the bill, but we don't have 500 pesos. All right, we are sandwiched between Diego Rivera and Clemente. I forget the rest of his name.
Clemente and Bajo.
Clemente Bajo. She's on a roll with those. It's the second time we've come to a museum like, in the last 3 days, and like we kind of explained there, it's hard to appreciate some of our work, but like I said, the more we see some of the same artists, it becomes easier to appreciate it. But I think you know, we definitely need to learn more about the history of each artist and the country of Mexico to kind of appreciate it more so. So I'm interested to, you know, maybe come back here in a year or two after we become more cultured. I feel like cultured people do like this.
Waft.
Yes,
yeah, you need to practice.
They're always wafting, and then
wafting.
I think we'll be able to appreciate it that much more.
I think our culture cup runneth over with 2 museums in like a few days. Greg and I, like, we keep trying to add a disclaimer that we are not super cultured, especially when it comes to art and paintings and murals and things. And
the only artists I know are YouTubers.
And I think that even we were able to appreciate this. I think that one of the coolest things about both museums we've been in now is the architecture of the building itself. And I think that alone is worth the entrance. I know that that's not obviously the purpose of here, but I think the architecture of both buildings has been incredible. That said, museums in Mexico City on Sunday are free. The line at this place, Palacio de Bellas Artes, on Sunday was insane. I definitely think, depending on what sort of time crunch you may be in or not, I think it's definitely worth the 60 pesos to come on a weekday and not the free Sunday. Again, obviously, we are thankful that we can pay the 60 pesos and choose to come and hopefully shoot a better video for you guys. But the free museum thing, it worked out at another one, but I would maybe visit the less popular museums on a Sunday. Also amazing to us is the sheer amount of museums in this city. We have been told that Mexico City has the second most number of museums in the entire world, which is insane. We have a lot of culturing to get learned.
Feel free to fact check us on that.
And I think that's all we learned today.
I think later today in a separate video we might culture ourselves with some churros.
Oh, phew, phew. I can't take any El Moro of this.
Oh,
that's
gosh.
Churia.
Alright.
Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure and subscribe to our channel. Click the bell, that way you get notified
Every time
we post a video. And we are going to take a cultural nap. I almost forgot. We will see you guys.
What's wrong with you?
Tomorrow.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, no churros for you.
Tomorrow.
Bye.